Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Praise the Lord. Welcome back to another Good Morning Grief Devotion. It's Shabbat. Pastor Corey, Alan Duncan Sr. showing up for you today in a very special way as we dare to prepare to lead you in today's Good Morning Grief Devotion. This is the daily grief devotion that is strategically designed to help you to navigate through your grief one day at a time. What is grief? I'm so glad you asked. Grief, my brothers and sisters, it is the natural, normal, and necessary response to loss, change, and transition that results in the expression of feelings and emotions. Grief is what you feel on the inside. Mourning is how you reveal it on the outside. Therefore, we don't suppress it, but we express it. We don't ignore it, but we explore it. We don't conceal it, but we reveal it. We don't lock it up, but we let it out. That's why we shout, "Good morning," because morning is a good thing. I love that. Good morning. It's the play on words that not only am I telling you good morning because it's a new day, but I'm telling you good morning, right? Good expressing outwardly what you're feeling inwardly as you navigate through this season of grief. So good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome back to another Good Morning Grief Devotion. Man, I'm so happy and excited. God is so good. He is so awesome. God is so strategic and intentional in everything that he does. And I'm grateful. I don't know if y'all can tell, but I'm grateful to be here to be a part of your grief journey. Y'all hear me? I'm grateful to be a part of your grief journey. As you navigate through loss, change, and transition, I'm glad that God has created this safe place and this safe space for you to come to get some awareness, some education, and even some action steps to help you to navigate, to move forward, to go through what you're going through. So also, I want to say good morning. Yo, if this lesson is a blessing to you, y'all make sure you like, share, tag somebody in this post. Let people know that we out here, right? Because this is the thing. Everybody's grieving. Everybody just don't know it. Everybody's dealing with loss, change, and transition, right? Everybody has dealt with loss, change, and transition in the past. But most of us, we suppress and we don't express. We're not aware. I'm here to bring it to your attention and to help you. I want you to be free, right? He who the Son sets free is free indeed. God has set us free in so many different ways. The truth sets us free. And I want you to be able to walk in the freedom that God has called you to walk in and be able to have the liberty and just progress on your grief journey. Amen. So make sure you like, share, tag somebody in this post, all that good stuff. All right. Without further ado, let's prepare our hearts and our minds to dive into our grief devotion for today. Today, my brothers and sisters, this is day 73. This message is for you and for me. Don't let grief be the death of you. SpaghettiOs. Don't let grief be the death of you. I was meeting with somebody yesterday going through a one-on-one session, and they said this. They said that their doctor told them this: don't let grief be the death of you. As they grieve and they go through and they mourn the loss of their loved one, we have a tendency to lose ourselves in the process, right? We lose ourselves in the process. We suppress, we don't express, we do all of these things. And ultimately, you can put yourself in a position to where grief starts to be the death of you. That's not the way God designed it. That's not the way he intended for it to be. Your loved one wouldn't want that. Your loved one wouldn't. Can you imagine you walking through the pearly gates of heaven and your loved one seeing you talking about, what you doing here? What is you doing? Well, I just couldn't get over the fact that you did. So I just, it just took me out. They would probably knock you upside your head, right? Like, nah, don't let grief, don't let my passing cause you to pass, right? Don't let your death be a result of my death, right? Don't let grief be the death of you. Let's talk about it, y'all. I'm excited. Here it is, John 10:10. I have come that you may have life and that you may have it to the full. Life and have it to the full. You got life because you're still here. But he says, I just don't want you to have life. I want you to have it to the full, to the fullness, abundantly. Sometimes when we go through loss, change, and transition, it kind of takes away some of that. Are you living your life to the fullest? Are you experiencing the fullness of life? Are you experiencing the abundance of life? Or are you allowing grief to take away your opportunity to live? Right? Let's talk about it, y'all. I love it. Here it is. Grief is powerful. It can weigh you down, drain your energy, and make you feel like life has lost its meaning. If you're not careful, grief can consume you, not just emotionally, but spiritually, mentally, and even physically. Grief, my brothers and sisters, it is powerful. It can weigh you down, drain your energy, make you feel like life has lost its meaning. That's one of the things in my new grief model that I'm working on: upward, inward, outward, onward, or forward. Upward, inward, outward, forward. I love onward because it just flows better. Upward, inward, outward, onward. But onward has a negative connotation when it comes to grief. I'll tell you about that later. But one of the things is when you start moving forward, this is what happens. You have to start moving forward. Grief can, loss, change, and transition can put you in a position to where life has lost its meaning, right? So you're struggling to find meaning in life. Part of moving forward, right, is finding that meaning in life. Because when you go through grief, when you go through loss, change, and transition, when your mama died, your daddy died, your wife died, your husband died, your child dies, you be like, life has no meaning. Like, what is this? So many times we take on the identity, the caretaker for our grandmother, the husband to our wife, the wife to our husband, the mother to our child, that role becomes us. And when you take away that role, who are you? Who are you outside of who are you outside of being a mother now that your child is no longer here? Who are you outside of being a caretaker or a granddaughter or a grandson now that your grandparent is gone? Who are you outside of being a wife? Your role, you was a wife, so you was doing all these wifely things, right? All of these things to cater, prepare you, and now that you don't have to do any of those, your time is not consumed with those responsibilities. You struggle to find meaning in life. Who are you outside of being a provider for the children or your spouse? Because you worked and did it, and that's why you did it, but they're not here. So what? Life has no meaning. Well, what am I supposed to be doing? So one of the things about moving forward is finding meaning in life, right? Finding meaning, finding purpose in life. Here it is. It's powerful, weigh you down, drain your energy, make you feel like life has lost its meaning. If you're not careful, grief can consume you emotionally, spiritually, mentally, and even physically. But while grief is real, it doesn't have to define you. We're not denying the reality of grief is real, but here it is. It doesn't have to define. It doesn't have to define you, and grief doesn't have to confine you. Y'all don't hear me. That grief doesn't have to define you, and it doesn't have to confine you, right? That you are not your grief. That is not the sum total of you. When people talk about you in your life, you're not the sum total of your grief. It doesn't have to define you, and it doesn't have to confine you. That grief just keeps you confined, that you can't do anything else. I can't get out the bed. I can't do nothing because what I'm feeling has confined me in this particular space. The pain you feel is proof that you love deeply. We talk about that all the time, right? That grief is the price we pay for love. And we would rather have loved and lost than never to have loved at all. So the grief that you feel, the pain that you feel, is proof that you love deeply, but your life still has purpose. And this is what I want to drive home. This is what I want you to understand, that your life still has purpose. Yes, you've gone through loss, but your life still has purpose. Yes, you've gone through change, but your life still has purpose. Yes, you're going through transition, but your life still has purpose. I tell you all the time, there are more chapters to be written in the book of your life. There are more miles to be traveled in the journey of your life, that your life is not over, that your life still has purpose. God's plan for you didn't end with your loss. Even in your sorrow, he's calling you to live, not just to survive, but to thrive. Come on, beloved. God's plan didn't end for you when you lost who you lost, right? God is calling you to thrive and not just survive. Healing doesn't mean forgetting. Now you got to understand that. We're not forgetting. Healing does not mean forgetting. Moving forward doesn't mean you no longer care. It means you're choosing to honor your loved one by continuing to live with purpose, joy, and hope. You continue to honor your loved one by living with purpose, joy, and hope. Healing means I'm going to continue to honor my loved one by living with purpose. I'm going to live with joy, and I'm going to live with hope. Let me ask you this. When you look at how you're living now, are you honoring the loved one? Are you honoring the one that has gone on? If you look at how you're living now, right? Are you living in a way that honors the life, the love, and the legacy of the loved one that has left, right? Are you living with purpose? Are you living with joy? Are you living with hope? It means you're choosing. Here it is. Don't let grief be the death of you. I want to tell you that, beloved. Don't let grief be the death of you. It didn't come to take you out, right? It really came to take you up. It really came to what Marvin Sapp say, I'm stronger, I'm wiser, I'm better. And I know it's a process, but I'm trying to let you know, don't let grief be the death of you. Instead, let it be a reminder that life is precious and that God's strength is enough to carry you through. Death should make you aware of the fragility of life. Death should make you aware of the fragility of life. Life is fragile. Life is precious. Life is short. That's why Moses said, teach us to number our days that we may gain a heart of wisdom so that we can govern ourselves accordingly, understanding that life is precious. And so I need to feel so I can reveal, so I can heal, so I can live this life that God has called me to live to the fullest. And even though I experienced this loss, this change, this transition, I'm going to live. I want to live and I'm going to live, right? And I'm going to do what I got to do in order to do that. Here's your point of application, y'all. Ask yourself, what is one small step I can take to embrace life today? What is one small step that I can take to embrace life today? Whether it's reconnecting with a friend, finding a new hobby, or simply stepping outside for fresh air, trust that God is still writing your story and it's not over yet. What is one small step you can take to embrace life today? That might be reconnecting with a friend, finding a new hobby, simply stepping outside for fresh air. Trust that God is still writing your story and it ain't over. But God say, it's not over. The party's not over. Groove me, baby, tonight. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It ain't over. It ain't over. The party's not over. There's still more chapters in the book of your life, still more miles, the journey of your life. And because of that, beloved, don't let grief be the death of you. It ain't over. It ain't over. The party's not over. Now I got to go listen to the song because y'all play too much. Yo, I hope this lesson was a blessing to each and every one of you. If you got questions, comments, drop it. Drop it like it's hot. If you got questions and comments, drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. The purpose of life may change through, the purpose of life may change through grieving. Absolutely. My life still has purpose. Yes, it does. It absolutely, positively does. This devotion is punching me in the face. Wop, 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 wop. It's messing you up, Miss Connie. Wop, 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 wop. That's what God does. You done got Kendrick Lamar. Wop, 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 wop. Come on and live, Miss Connie. You still got You still got like to, it ain't over. It ain't over. I got to work that into the sermon Sunday some type of way. The party's not over. Oh, man. No questions. Man, y'all be so quiet on here. I appreciate that. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I ain't going to trade y'all. I ain't going to trade y'all in for nothing. You hear me? Well, we here for y'all. I appreciate y'all. Love y'all with the love of the Lord. I hope and pray y'all have a phenomenal Friday. Mr. Miller, fighting through grief is easier said than done, but I'm trying my best. Absolutely. Brother, absolutely. I feel you 1,000%, right? Small steps lead to great distances, day by day, right? Day by day, right? Slow motion is better than no motion, but we're going to keep fighting. We gonna keep fighting. Just keep swinging. Just stay in the fight. Stay in the fight. Whew. All right. Well, I appreciate y'all. Love y'all with the little Lord. See y'all tomorrow, same time, same place. Look, it ain't over. It ain't over. The party's not over. The party's not over.